Alright people, what's up everyone, and welcome to another Ranksters mini, a little baby version of Ranksters. Even though, to give us some credit, the last couple of Rankster regular episodes have been pretty short, so hey, hopefully we can keep that trend up. But Ranksters mini isn't just mini as in the time, but it's also mini as in the cast. We usually have 4 people, and now we only have one big boy, me, and I am here to talk about Xbox original exclusives. This does not count 360 or Xbox One, of course not Series X, ain't out yet, and I don't got a pre-order, and I don't have a pre-order for PS5 either. So I am really excited to talk about this because I grew up with the Xbox. Same thing with the PS2. I love these two consoles, and I will try to do the PS2 one by myself. If I have a feeling I'll be the only one to really be able to do that, even though I'm sure a lot of those games I haven't played. But that one might be a little ridiculous too, so that if we did that with 3 other people, it would be a very long episode, because PS2 had a lot of exclusives. But Xbox did too. Now, I'm sure this tier list maker thingy that I'm using probably missed a couple games here and there. Yeah, hopefully that's not the case. So, and if I figure out which ones are missing, then I'll mention them. But let me know in the comments. If there's any missing, I'll tell you where they would rank up. But anyway, let's go down. I got the usual S through F. Of course, haven't played. And here's the list, just real quick. Not too long. We can get through this pretty quick. Xbox. I know I didn't have too many exclusives, but I feel like this is small, like way too small. But maybe this is correct. This looks like maybe 40 games. I'm not sure. Let's see. 7 on this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's way more. It's like what, 58? 7 times 8 is 56, and then 2 here. So, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, I should have did this before. Whatever. We're almost 60. So a little bit more than I thought. I was just guessing when I said 40. But that was way off. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's start off with, I guess this is ABC order. Yeah, it's ABC order. All right. Here we go. You ready to rank? I'm ready to rank. Let's get through this quick, okay? Amped 1 and 2. Fun snowboarding games. Really fun. I wasn't like too big into like the sports games back on the Xbox or PS2, but I did like the, I guess you could call this an alternative sport. Like, I guess skateboarding is technically alternative sport, so I liked a lot of the Tony Hawk games. So I really like the Amped games. I remember the best part about Amped is that you could play, I forget if it was only Amped 1 or Amped 2 or both, but you could listen to music they had on your Xbox while playing the game. I hope that is correct. I do remember doing that, but maybe that was for a different game. I'm pretty sure that was Amped. That's my favorite part about Amped. It's just a fun snowboarding game. Not too much. It's a little over the top, but not quite like SSX tricky over the top. Really fun games. I think Amped 2 is definitely a little bit better. But, yeah. Definitely both of these games are better than Amped 3. Amped 3 was a... Yeah, they went a little too far. They went way too cartoony with that. I'm going to give Amped 1 and 2... a B, but I'll put Amped 2 above Amped. Alright, so Azaric, I've never played this game. I've seen this game so many times at GameStops, and to be honest, I might have played it. I might have, because GameStop would have it all the time for like super cheap, dirt cheap. So I bought it and played it and sold it or something, but I don't remember. So I'm gonna say haven't played. Blinks, the Time Sweeper 1 and 2. Alright, Blinks 2 I didn't really play, so I'm going to put that there. But Blinks 1 I played, and I actually enjoyed it as a kid. Now, I would give it, like, from memory, I would say the time sweeping, the stop and go little time element was really cool for the time, but it definitely wouldn't blow anybody away nowadays. Everybody wants to see Blinks the Time Sweeper. I keep wanting to say it's the Time Cat, but it's called the Time Sweeper. Everybody wants to see it return. I think it's like a joke, kind of like Knack. I'm sorry, Lord Knack. I didn't mean that. But yeah, I'm gonna put it B just from my memory. I'm sure if I played it now, it'd probably be a C. Bloodwake. This is actually kind of fun little, like, from what I remember, I'm gonna put C, high C. From what I remember, this was a pretty fun little, like, kind of wave race kind of game, a little bit more action packed from what I remember. This was a budget title too, I believe. I got it really cheap, and I remember it was like kind of new at the time when I got it cheap. I spent like 1 week allowance on it, yeah, it was a really cheap game. Really, I think it was like $10. Not when it first came out, but when I bought it, it was like $10, and it was pretty new. I think I remember Judgment Day talking about it, and they were like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." Um, but I don't remember too much from it besides that it was fun. It was fun. Breakdown. This game is really cool. I'm gonna actually put this high B. I think that game's really cool. It's challenging as all hell. It's a very hard game, but I highly recommend it. It's actually a game you can play on your Xbox One right now if you get the game, of course, the disc. I'm sure it's on sale sometimes here and there, but it is a fun game. It's challenge. It's really hard, and I love that it tries to add a lot of details that most games don't really care about. Like, it's all first person, and there's like melee combat and shooting, and there's a lot of little like realistic additions here. Like, you have to eat food and drink and stuff. I don't think you have to eat food or drink, but that's the kind of stuff you have to do. And you have to like watch the animation of eating a hamburger and drinking a soda. I remember it being pretty cool for the time. I really liked it. So I don't think I ever finished it, but it was a really cool game. Brute Force. I loved this game as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. I really loved it. I'd probably put it right below Breakdown. Really fun, action-packed, fun co-op. I don't think it had online co-op. I'm pretty sure it didn't. I played it locally, and it was really fun. Good co-op game. I recommend it. Go play it. Conquer Live and Reloaded. I loved this version. I don't give a shit what anybody says. A lot of people were upset that... what was the thing everybody was upset about? That this game, like scale down the humor, I guess. I don't remember it being that scaled down. What I loved about this game, though, was the online component. I actually really enjoyed the online in this game. I thought it was really fun. I remember the last few days of... Not even the last few days. It was like right when Xbox Live was going to close down. It was like pretty close to when it was going to close down. I remember playing this game one last time, and there were still a few people playing. And I was like, yeah, this is good times. I used to play that all the time. Really fun. Way more epic than you would expect from a Conquer Live game. It was like a war game almost, which was cool. So that's the only reason why that box art makes any sense, really. I mean, there's some aspects of the story, I guess, but yeah, the story mode itself, you get to pick like different like animals and stuff, and they all have like it was almost like kind of like a Battlefront almost. Actually, it was pretty much Battlefront. It was like Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge. Fantastic game. I love this game. The multiplayer was awesome. That's a series that needs to come back. Crimson Skies needs to come back because there was an original game, and then there was this one. I think there's like a tabletop game or something of Crimson Skies. I'm pretty sure Crimson Skies is a series before a video game. But that game's awesome. Highly recommend it. It has a very like old school adventure vibe to the story itself. I mean, the story is not great or anything, but it is a very fun dogfighting game. Highly recommend it. Had great controls for the time. That's almost an S, honestly, from what I remember. Dead or Alive 3, I didn't play too much of this game. I think I rented it once from Blockbuster. I'm going to put haven't played. Even though that's not true, I know I definitely have. I like the Dead or Alive games also, so I know that's definitely not true, but there's a Dead or Alive game coming up that I definitely played way more of. Yeah, I'll put it there. I haven't played it enough. This game, Death Row, it's called. This game was actually pretty cool. It was I'm going to put it C because that's where it belongs. But I thought it was a really good idea. It's a game. It's kind of like Murder Ball or Roller Ball. No, it's called Murder Ball, right? It's a sport game where you play. I think you have 3 people on your team and 3 people on the opposing team, and you have a disc, and you have to get the disc inside this like hoop, pretty much. So think like I guess kind of like a Rocket League if you had no car and you were running around. And it wasn't a ball, it was a disc. Think of many sports, soccer or whatever. Like, you can think of many sports that are like this. But this game had not the best controls, but had a really good idea. And I remember enjoying it for the most part. There was a lot of cursing, though. A lot of cursing. It was definitely a very vulgar game from what I remember. I think I still have my copy of this game, actually, on Xbox. Next is Dino Crisis 3. I'm just going to put that D because that fucking just completely fucked that series over. I think this game did terrible. I'm pretty sure it sold poorly. It was bad. And I only played a couple hours of it. I'm gonna be honest here, but that game just completely destroyed that franchise. The first two games were great. This game, I just remember having no soul at all. It was just so fucking. It was bad. From what I remember, I played it with a friend and we didn't get through it all. It was bad, and it had like really stupid cameras. From what I remember, I had a lot of like far away camera things going on. It was weird. Anyway. I think D is fitting for that. All right, Dead or Alive Ultimate. From what I remember, this is just Dead or Alive 2 with some extra stuff, right? I could be wrong. So I'm going to say that this one was the one I played a lot, but I don't remember. I think it might have been Dead or Alive 1 and 2. I don't remember. I don't remember too much about it, honestly. I don't know. Should I put this haven't played? I don't know. This one I definitely played more than Dead or Alive 3. I had a copy of this. It came with like a double disc kind of thing and like a folder almost. And I remember really enjoying it, but I don't know. This is gonna be hard because a lot of these games I haven't played in a long time. I didn't think this through. You know what? I'm gonna say a low B. From what I remember, I had a really good time playing that game, and I remember the graphics at the time being great. I can't remember. I think that was supposed to be Dead or Alive 1 and 2 combined, and it was like remade almost. I don't remember. All right, so sorry. I'm going to say I played that, and I'm going to put it as B. All right, this right here, this Fable is, I'm just going to put haven't played, even though I think that's just the limited edition version of that game. So that doesn't matter. All right, we're going to rank Fable 1 first. Regular Fable 1. Because that's the one I played the most of, because I got it when it first came out, and I love the Fable series. This game, while not as amazing and like groundbreaking as Peter Molyneux promised us when it first came, like you could watch a tree grow and stupid shit like that. It is a fantastic game. I love Fable. The original Fable is so good. I was so happy to hear that they are bringing that series back. Playground Studios is making it, which they've done a great job with the Forza Horizon games. So I'm excited to see what they would do with an open world Fable game. And I love Fable. I really do. The humor is just spot on. Honestly, this is close to an S. I would put Fable 2 an S. I love Fable 2. You know what? I'm gonna put it. I'll put it high A. That's A plus almost. I love that game. I really do. This is the Lost Chapters. Now, I barely played the Lost Chapters. I got it later after Fable came out. Of course, this came out like a year later. And from what I remember about the Lost Chapters, it added a lot of new stuff. It was actually a big expansion. It came with some new enemies, I think some new weapons, some new expressions. Shit, what else did it come with? It come with new stories, some new dialogue for new character, for old characters that were in the original game, some expanded roles. What else did it come with? Some changes, I'm sure, like just the quality of life changes. I played it. You know what? I'm just gonna say it's a better version of Fable. It just added more content, so it has to at least be here, right? I mean, I know they didn't fuck with it, but yeah. And I guess Fable Anniversary probably added all that stuff in there, but I never finished Fable Anniversary because it was a poor. It was a decent. Like, it looked decent. They did a good job of remaking that game, I guess, but it just ran so fucking bad. Like, it would get to like the 15 frames. Like, it's bad. I'm sure on Xbox One X it's a little bit better though. All right, next, the original Forza game. I didn't play too much of the original Forza game. I thought it was really cool. They had the rewind time ability. I did play it, so, and technically I played Dead or Alive 3 also, so maybe I should rank that. I didn't play too much of it. I wasn't really into the realistic racing games. I never really played the Gran Turismo games either. I will say it's a B though. I'm sure it's an A for a lot of people, but for me, it's not really my type of game. I'd say right there. Above Blinks. What's my phone? Let me put it over here. There you go. That's good. Yeah, you know what? I think Dead or Alive 3 should be here at least. Dead or Alive Ultimate I played more. Even though I can't remember if it was 1 and 2 or it was just 2. Pretty sure it was 1 and 2. That's why it came with like 2 discs. Because one was 1 and the other was 2. I don't even have that in my collection anymore either, so I can't like confirm. I guess I could look it up. So, whatever. Fusion Frenzy. Add some fun mini games. It is a fun party game for the most part. I'm not too fond of party games, so even though I played it when I was a kid growing up, me and my friends would usually gravitate more towards the other kind of multiplayer games, like a WWE SmackDown versus Raw game. We used to play that all the time. Halo. We didn't really care for this one. Some of the mini games are fun. The ball one was fun, where you have to like push each other off. But for the most part, I don't think I enjoyed most of the mini games. And I really didn't like Fusion Frenzy 2. I gotta tell you right here, I really didn't like that game. So it had one of the most annoying announcers ever. I'm gonna keep it at C though. Grab by the Ghoulies. I actually loved Grab by the Ghoulies. I know a lot of people didn't care for it. I really did love it. I wouldn't give it an A, but I'd say that's like right here, right between Breakdown and Brute Force. Grab by the Ghoulies is fun. I love using the stick to like hit ghoulies, I guess. Kind of similar to like anybody ever play a Jet Li game, Rise of Honor, I think it's called, or Rise to Honor, I think it's called. Very similar. Just like flick the stick and it's fun. I really enjoy that game. I really like the look of it. I think that game has aged pretty well. They put that on the Rare Replay collection or whatever, and it looks great. At least a few years ago, I thought it looked great. Yeah, it's a fun game. I really enjoy that game. I know some people don't care for it, and people say that was the fall of Rare. That's the beginning of the fall. And I guess that's true. It's not as good as some of the other games in their catalog, but I think it's a damn good game. Honestly, I really do. And then, like, Viva Pinata was good, too. So, it was like a steady decline. It was like maybe like this, and then it was like Connect Sports. Like, and then it went back up with Sea of Thieves a little bit. Anyway, next. I know what this game is, Gun Griffin, but I never played it. I think, is that from Software Game? I don't remember. Gun Valkyrie. Now, this game I never played. I've heard it's really fun. Never played it, though. Halo 2. Let's just cut to the S. That's an S, baby. Best campaign of all the Halo games, in my opinion. One of the best multiplayer experiences I have ever had in my life. Love that game. It was actually one of the first multiplayer experiences I had in my life too, which is great. I love that game to death. Really, honestly, there's multiplayer games nowadays that can't even come close to as good as Halo 2 was when it first came out back 16 years ago. Cannot believe it's been 16 years. Like, almost. This November the 9th, this year, it would have been 16 years since this game came out. Oh my god. Phenomenal. Anyway, Jet Set Radio Future, that's a great game too. I never really cared for the Jet Set games, or Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio, whichever games, any of the games. Not the biggest fan of those games, but they are fun. I'd rather play a Tony Hawk game, to be fair. To be completely honest, I should say, not fair. But I do respect them, and they have great soundtracks. I'm going to give it a B. What is this? I feel like this is a game I should know. What the it says... Alright, I can't tell what that is. I'm going to put it... Haven't played. But it might be something I have played. Let me know what that is, if you know what it is. Maybe I played it. I can't tell. It's the Japanese cover. Or maybe they couldn't find... Maybe it's only a Japanese release. I don't know. But, Kung Fu Chaos. Now, this is a party game I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed this game. I didn't love it. And it's definitely it would definitely cause some problems today with its depiction of certain races, but it's a fun game. Ninja Theory, before they were Ninja Theory, made it, and I really enjoyed that game. That was a lot of fun. I haven't played in a long time, so I can't really tell you too much, but I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. So this is not going to be a thorough like evaluation of each game, because a lot of them I haven't played in fucking years. So I'm telling you which ones I've played and which ones I haven't. Like this one. I have not played this one. I do remember this one. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I remember hearing it's bad. So, Blackstone something. Magic and Steel, I think? Yeah. I've heard it's bad. So, alright. Mech Assault. We're going to do Mech Assault 1 first. I love Mech Assault. I wish they'd bring this series back. I guess Mech Warrior is still a series, but I'm going to put it right here. Mech Assault 1 is so freaking good. Has some great controls. At the time, the scale was excellent. You felt like you were in a Mech Warriors, like a mech. And you see little guys like running around, you destroying buildings. The multiplayer in this game was fantastic. And it had a big community. By the time I played Xbox Live, which was a couple years after the Xbox came out, there was still a community playing that game, and it was really fun. I didn't play too much of multiplayer, but I would say a few hours. It was really fun. Great game. Mecha Soul needs to come back. Now, Mecha Soul 2 Lone Wolf, I don't remember playing this game too much, and I honestly think it's because it kind of... There was something about it that just wasn't as good as Mecha Soul 1. I cannot remember what it was, but I remember enjoying it, but not loving it, and I didn't get into it as much as Mecha Soul 1. So I'm just going to put it... I'm going to say it's probably better than Amped 2 and 1, so I'll put it there. Alright, Metal Wolf Chaos, that's what that is, right? I still have yet to play this game. It's on Xbox One and PS4. I think it was supposed to come to Switch at one point, but it never did. Still haven't played it, but I have watched a full playthrough. I've heard the game itself is actually not that great, but it's all about that humor, so I haven't played it, so I can't really... I mean, I've seen a whole playthrough in it, and every time I see the gameplay, I'm like, I've played this game. I feel like I have, but whatever. Midtown Madness 3. Now, I have not played the other two games. I don't even know what console they're on. I'm pretty sure they're on Xbox, maybe PS1. I'm not sure. But I played Midtown Madness 3, and I remember it being very arcadey, and I liked that. So I'm gonna give it I'm gonna put it right below Forza, because I'm not gonna say it's better than Forza, but I do remember enjoying that game when it came out, and it had like if I remember correctly, kind of like a cartoony style to it. And I like back then when there was like cel shaded games. I don't think it was it was like fully cel shaded, but it had like a cartoony look to it. I loved games back then that had a cartoony look or it was cel shaded. I don't know why. Like Cell Damage. Anybody play that game? That game was fun. It was kind of like a almost like a Twisted Metal kind of game, except for kids, I guess. Anyway, Moro Kumo. I've seen this game before. I've never played it. I know it's a From Software game. I don't know if I heard it was good or not. I'm going to assume no. This is a weird thing about From Software. A lot of their older games, pretty much anything that's not Dark Souls or Kingsfield or whatever, a lot of those games got bad reviews. Like even Armored Core games, a lot of those got bad reviews. Some of them here and there, like some of them did okay, but a lot of their games didn't get good reviews. And I'm going to assume that's probably one of them, but who knows? Maybe that's a hidden gem. Ninja Gaiden. That game will put fucking hair on your peaches. I don't even think I finished this game, honestly. I probably didn't. But it's a fantastic game. I gotta give it... I'll put it right in between Crimson Skies and Conquer. That game was phenomenal. And Ninja Gaiden Black only improved on it. I think they also added... what's her name? You could play as... Shit, I forgot her name. I don't think I played too much of it, but I'm just gonna assume it's better. I played a little bit of that one, but I think I played on PS3 also. I think they re-released on PS3 as Sigma or whatever. Or no, Vita. I think I played on Vita. Is that the same one? The Ninja Gaiden Sigma on the Vita? Is that Black? Let me know. Because I played that one. I only played a few hours of it, but it was really hard. And it had some frame rate issues. But yeah, it added a lot of content from what I know. It's kind of like what Fable. I remember, I kind of like that. And I'm glad we still kind of get that here and there, where we get new versions of old games that fix a lot of problems and add more content. We got the new DMC coming out. I kind of like that. I don't know. I like it. Some people would say it's a cash grab, and they wouldn't be wrong, I guess, but I still like that old games will get big expansions and then get re-released later as a new game, special edition or whatever, ultimate edition, I don't know. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, that's an S. I'm gonna tell you right here, this is the best Oddworld game and one of the best games on Xbox Original. I love that game. To be fair, I would put it like a lower S, but that game is awesome. The amount of... first of all, let me just tell you, Oddworld has some of the best... Just any Oddworld game has some of the best voice acting ever. I love all of the voice acting in the Oddworld games. I love the humor. I love the world. I love all the little townsfolk that you meet in the game. I actually... You know what? I want to play this game right now. I have it on Switch. I really need to. And Limited Run Games was doing a... It wasn't actually a Limited Run Games game, but they were publishing it, I guess. And they released it like a collector's edition. And I immediately bought it because that game is fantastic. All right, Munch's Odyssey, on the other hand, I didn't really care for Munch's Odyssey that much. Honestly, that's like a high C. I don't remember really liking it. I remember it had like a... I don't know. There was something about it. I don't remember too much. I don't think I ever finished it. I only played a few hours of it, but I don't remember liking it that much. I remember there was like some weird issues with the controls, and also went like 3D platformer, which not really what Oddworld should be, I think. That's why I think Soulstorm looks really great, which Soulstorm is a remake of the second game. So Munch's Odyssey, I'd say high C, a C+. I don't remember hating it at all. Definitely not. All right. Otogi. Yo, the Otogi games are awesome. Have some great visuals for the time. Some really cool looking characters that you get to play as with like big, like weird hats and stuff. It was really cool. It's like based on like mythology and stuff. It's a really cool game. I don't remember too much about the story of these games, but I do remember the action being awesome. Them being pretty challenging too. I think Otogi 2 is a better game. I'm going to say that's probably an A from what I remember. I'm going to say right below right here. And then I'm going to put Otogi 1. I'm going to put that high B because I actually still have... I can't remember if the Otogi I have right now is my original copy. I had that game when I was a kid. I think the Otogi I have right now is the one I had as a kid. But I have a copy of Otogi 2, and I'm pretty sure I got that from somewhere else. I'm going to put that... Actually, I'm going to put Otogi right below Grab by the Ghoulies. I know that's a little weird, but I love Grab by the Ghoulies. Really do. That's a B+. Panzer Dragoon Orta, fantastic game. Probably the first Panzer Dragoon game I played. And really I only played about 2 of them. So, well, 3 if you count Crimson Dragon. That's almost an S tier. I'm going to put it... You know what? I'll put it right below Fable, because Fable really holds up a special place in my heart. Panzer Dragoon Orta does too. That game is incredible looking for the time. And it was really challenging, really fun too. But no but there. It's just I love Fable. I love Fable more. My voice is starting to go. Alright, Phantom Dust, very, very underrated game. You actually play this right now on Xbox. Because they re-released it. They're gonna do a whole like not remaster. I guess it was like it was called Phantom Dust, but it was gonna be a new game. Cool thing about Phantom Dust, it's like it combines like actual like combat with card combat almost, where you're like using these card things to use like shoot spells and stuff. It's really cool. I actually highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure this is on Xbox One right now, and I'm pretty sure it's free. So I highly recommend it. And they even added the multiplayer, which the multiplayer was a lot of fun. This game was very unique, and I think it was only $20 when it first came out. I highly recommend Phantom Dust. I think that's a great game. Honestly, I think I put that on the high B. That was a great game. I remember really loving that game. I really thought it was good. Project Gotham Racing. Now, I think I only played 2, so I'm going to skip 1 because I don't remember playing that one. I'm pretty sure I played 2. 2 is a great racing game. I actually like that one, even though it's not, I wouldn't say completely realistic at all, really. It's definitely less realistic than Forza, so I liked it better. That game for the time had some of the best graphics. Like, that game looked fucking great. It looked so good. I remember the controls being great too, and it really gave you a sense of speed. I'm gonna put it right there. I think that's a good place for it. There's some good ass fucking games on the original Xbox. Quantum Redshift. Now, it's talking about speed. This was Xbox's answer to Wipeout, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. It's just Wipeout, but it's a damn good Wipeout game. I'll give it that. I think I did a review for this game a long time ago because I played it a little bit after it came out, and I think back like 2008 or 9, I did a review for it, and it was a shitty review. Don't look it up, but I'm sure it was just me playing the game, saying this game's really cool. I really like it. I mean, that was 2008. I had a shitty camcorder. I don't know what you want from me. I didn't have no editing software or anything. That was the best it would get. Yeah, Quantum Redshift. I'm going to put it that high. I put it on the lower end of a B. I remember it being pretty fun. Actually, I'm going to put it right at the end of B. Pretty fun. I would give it like a B-, though. Rally Sport Challenge 2, never played. Or I haven't played the first one either. Raw 2. Okay, let's just put Raw 1 right where it belongs, not an F tier. I'm going to put that on the lower C, because that game was not very good, and I was really upsetting because even though I had a PS2, I love my Xbox, and I wanted some Xbox wrestling games, and the only ones we got were Raw and Raw 2 and WrestleMania 21, and I think that's it. I think that's it when it comes to Xbox. I think that was it, and those are exclusives to the console, and none of them were great. But I'm gonna tell you right here, Raw 2 holds a special place in my heart. Where's WrestleMania 21? Where's Toe Jam and Earl? Because they had a Toe Jam and Earl game that was only on Xbox. I guess that's missing. Those two are missing. But I'll tell you right now, Raw 2 holds a special place in my heart because it had the best, like, I guess, story mode or career mode where you can play with friends and you could play, I think, up to 4 people. I could be wrong there. Maybe it was 2 people. You could set traps for other people, so your character, like your friend's character, will like walking around in the backstage, and like a box will fall on their head, and it will lower their popularity. And this is all I remember. If you play this game, you know what I'm talking about. If you never played it, you have no idea what I'm talking about. And I remember that would be the most fun thing, just setting up traps for people. I remember my friends and I would say like, oh, bring I won't say names, but bring him over and we'll play this game and we'll have like an initiation where all we did was like we bring them in, let them create their character or whatever, and bring them into the game, and then we just set traps for them. So boom, big box and stuff. I remember doing that, and that game was a lot of fun. Gameplay wise, it wasn't great, but one thing I remember, and maybe this was Day of Reckoning that did this. One thing I remember either this or Day of Reckoning doing is, whenever someone would attack, like do a clothesline or punch, doesn't matter what you were doing, if you're doing a move like a body slam or whatever, it would interact with you, which is not something that happens in newer wrestling games. So if you're punching somebody while they're doing a suplex, it would actually interrupt the suplex. I can't remember if that was this game or it was Day of Reckoning or maybe both. I also will say Raw 2 had some kind of fugly graphics for the time, which is upsetting because Xbox, for the time, where it was a little bit more powerful than the PS2, and the PS2 games look better. Like the SmackDown vs. Raw games just look better. Like Just Bring It, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain. Those games look better. But I'm gonna put Raw 2. It's not a good game, but I have to give it a little bit higher. I'm gonna put it right there. I really enjoyed that game. I enjoyed it. Sega GT 2002. That actually came with Jet Set Radio, and I'm sure I played it, but I'm gonna put it there. Shenmue 2, the first Shenmue game I played. I watched the little movie disc that it came with. I bought this at GameStop a little while after it came out. It came with a movie disc that shows you the entire story pretty much of Shenmue 1. I watched that, and I was like, all right, here we go. Shenmue 2, baby. And all I would do is roam the streets, playing those little games, and not paying my rent. Fun game. And doing little odd jobs here and there. Really enjoyed that game. I really want to play Shenmue 2 again. I'm actually going to put it right there. I really enjoyed that game. That was the kind of game I like back then. I mean, I like action games and stuff too, but that game was fun. It was unique, that's for sure. Shenmue 1 I did play technically, but I played at a friend's house. He had a Dreamcast, and we played that. For like a whole summer we played that. So I don't think we finished it, but we played... I shouldn't say a whole summer. It was like we played that a little bit, and then we played other games. But anyway, Steel Battalion. This is a From Software game also. That was actually a good one. I'm pretty sure that's From Software, right? This is Capcom, but I'm pretty sure From Software made it, right? Is that correct? Let me know. I never played it, so actually I don't know what I'm doing. I never even played with the giant controller either, so that sucks. Sudeki. Sudeki, unfortunately, was one of those games that was really damn good. Great game, fun characters, funny dialogue, really good combat, really fun game, but came out at like the exact same time as Fable. Like horrible timing. Like nowadays you can kind of get away with that because there's so many games anyway, but back then you couldn't get away with that. And I don't think anybody played Sudeki. I think it might have done well enough, but nobody was talking about it over Fable, that's for sure. And I really enjoyed it. I played it a little bit later, like maybe a year or two later, because I was actually looking forward to it, but Fable, back then I didn't have too much money. I was in my teens, young teens. So it's just like, I have to get what I can get. Sudeki, I think I got maybe for Christmas or something one year, and I played it. And it's a great game. I actually really recommend it. Really fun. All the characters are great. It's an M-rated game, so it's not like one of those like ones that pussyfoots around. You're gonna get some blood, you're gonna get some cursing, from what I remember. It's a fun game. I remember it being very, very fun. So I'm going to put it, yeah, actually, that's a good place for it. Tao Fang. Now, I remember the Judgment Day review of this, where they really liked it. I never played it. So I heard it's pretty good. Pretty good. I remember the Judgment Day review because they talked about the boob jiggle. Tommy really liked that. So, that's cool with me. Hey. But I never played it. Top Spin. Now, isn't Top Spin 2 on Xbox also, or is that on 360? I played Top Spin 1, so luckily I can talk about this. I actually like tennis games. I think tennis games are actually a lot of fun. Very simple for the most part when it comes to like the rules of tennis in a video game, at least. We started video game history with a tennis game, Pong. So, of course, tennis is a perfect sport for a video game. Like the most perfect sport you can possibly imagine for a video game. Very simple. Just keep hitting the ball back and forth. If someone misses it, oops, you fucked up. Top Spin is a lot of fun. I remember being very enjoyable. Don't remember anything specific about it besides I think it was like a part of the same initiative or whatever, or like the same kind of, because Xbox was trying to do a whole thing for sports or whatever, so you had the alternative sports, like AMP 2. You could see like, you can even see the same kind of like logo there right above AMP 2 to the top right of it. I forgot what it was called, but it was a part of that same series, and they were trying to get into like some sports stuff. And Top Spin was fun. I'm gonna say right there. I think that's good. I don't have as many fond memories as Blinks, so that's why it's not ahead. All right, a lot of Bs. Got a lot of Bs. Hey, Xbox has some good Bs. I'll give them that. Wait, hold on. Where the fuck is Halo? What? I was just thinking about it. What the fuck? Where's Halo? What? Where the fuck is Halo? You know what? I'm gonna take this Fable limited edition. I love that Fable limited edition is here, but not Halo 1. Is it because it's not exclusive anymore? Well, no, Halo 2 is on Vista at least. So, because Halo eventually went to PC, but I don't know. Like, same thing with Halo 2. Halo 2 went to Vista, but I guess that was also a Windows thing, so it's still Microsoft. Where Halo original was just a PC port. No, I don't want to put the Fable. Just think Halo 2 and Halo 1 are S tier. They're S tier. S tier games. It's really weird. Why didn't I put Fable? I mean Fable. Halo. What the fuck? I'm sure there's something here that's like a big miss too now that I'm just like, what the hell? Where's Stubbs the Zombie? Oh, they really screwed up. Yeah, there's some big misses here. But I'll finish up. Stubbs, by the way, would be B tier also. I don't think it's as great as some people think it is, but whatever. Anyway, Unreal Championship. At least these are here. Unreal Championship was my first experience with an Unreal game. Counting Unreal Championship and Unreal, the game series. And, of course, Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament, Unreal Championship, and then you had Unreal. Because you had just Unreal 1 and 2. Unreal Championship, one of the best multiplayer games at the time. Loved it. High octane, adrenaline pumping. I don't remember anything if there was even a campaign, but freaking multiplayer was excellent in that game. I actually would put it right here. I never talked about Togi 2, did I? I remember that game just being way better than the first one. I love that game. Anyway, Unreal Championship 2, I think, tried to go for a little bit more of that story, if I remember correctly. And I didn't play a lot of that. I think that came out at the same time as like other things were coming out. I think like that was the same year as Halo 2. So I didn't play too much of that, but I do remember really liking it. It's a very, very similar thing with like Mech Assault. So I'll put it right below Mech Assault. Voodoo Vince. This I didn't really play too much of this game. I played a little bit of it. I didn't play enough of it to tell you if it's good or not, but I think most people would say it's a pretty good little platformer, so I'm going to put it in haven't played. I do think I played it before, but I'll tell you right here, this game right here is a piece of shit. Whacked. This game sucks. It's like a party game, kind of, where you... Alright, I don't think it's a party game. I think it was more like a level-based game. I could be wrong there. But it was like you're in a game show, and you're playing as these weird characters, and the humor was just really annoying, and it was a very annoying game. You play as that one, you can kind of see the girl on the front. You can play as her. but in the game she's like nude in the game. But she has like black bars covering, you know, her bits. Um, and it was so stupid. I remember that game being shitty, and the controls were bad. I think I have a copy of that game still, but that game sucks. I'll put it below Dino Crisis 3. And this one I haven't played. What a way to end. Jaeger I haven't played. So I haven't played quite a bit of these games, but considering this is like 60, almost 60 games here, that's not too bad. That is not too bad. We're about 40 minutes in, but hey, I think I got through it pretty quickly. But there you go. That is the list when it comes to Xbox original exclusives. Of course, Halo and Stubbs aren't here. I'm sure there's other ones that I'm just blanking out on. But no Halo or Halo 2 or Stubbs. Which Stubbs, if you didn't know, used the Halo engine. So, two Halo things being completely fucking shunned. I wonder if it's because I think Stubbs is also on PC. I feel like that's weird if that is. But this is also... I don't think this one was used too much, but like there's like one other list I found that was really bad. So this is the best it's gonna get. So just put Halo there. Halo would be with Halo 2 and Outer Worlds: Stranger's Wrath. Yeah, so those two would be there. But anyway, there's my list again. Here, let's see if we can get it. Yeah, can we wait? Presentation mode. What is that? Let's see presentation mode. Oh, here we go. That's good. Oh, that's actually nice. I like this. I might use this for now on the way presentation mode is. You can still move them around. So anyway, here's my list from S to F. And then haven't played. No Fs. No Fs. No terrible games here. So I would do a community rank thing, but I don't think anybody has done this list yet. But anyway, here we go. Follow him. He made this Tungsten Viper. So shouts out to him. But anyway, there you go. That is my list. Let me know what your favorite Xbox exclusive games are, and of course I'll come back to do 360 and Xbox One. Xbox One will be a short one, and maybe I'll do PlayStation as well. We'll see. But anyway, there you go. That is it. Maybe we'll do PlayStation like 4 on a regular Ranksters, because I haven't played a lot of those exclusives, so I might need some help. Anyway, there you go. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.